Now, good afternoon everybody, welcome back to the allotment. My name is Tony Smith and on a glorious day this is my allotment. So what today to do, what we're going to do today is look at potatoes, and I'm going to try and do it all in one go, not an edit or a cut, and we'll just see how it goes. And I'll either look very silly or very smug, and normally if you're used to this channel you end up looking very silly. So potatoes, I've got a lot of potatoes, or different varieties of potatoes in different tubs as well, and as you can see I'm using the straw method on some of them, and I've got a whole load over there as well. And like I say, a big hats off to Tony from Simplifying Gardens, who kind of came up with this idea of covering them with straw, keep the moisture in. So that's my main bed of potatoes, tomatoes, potatoes, and then I've got, those were actually spare ones. But I've also got in the hut, way before they were planted, I planted this one. Now I think, if I remember, this one's Pentland and Javelin as well. And I'm not sure if it's ready, if there's gonna be potatoes in, and there's a number of reasons why. But because this is a one-take wonder, I've got to go and get me scissors or snips, because we're going to take the tops off. We're going to empty it on the floor in the polytunnel and see if there is any potatoes. Right, it is cooking today, mind you. My dog's an Englishman, and I'm going to be presumptuous, and I'm going to get a basket. You know what I mean? Put the produce in, and I need just them little snips as well. So it had some good things and some bad things going for it. The bad things was that this was done right on the time when all them crazy cold frosts were coming, which I kept it in here. I tried fleecing it. I was even fleecing it when there was no green on there. So I'm not sure from that point of view if it's damaged. Maybe, I mean, you can see a little bit of, say, scorching on the leaves, you know, and maybe that was to do with it. They haven't been outside, and they've just been part of the fixtures and fittings. Another con for them, which has got us a little bit worried, I picked these seed potatoes up from, I think it was like B&M Bargains, and they were like just the worst, tiniest little marble things. But because we've had this kind of shortage of trying to find potatoes and everything like that, at that time that was all I could find. Now in the end I never used them for the main crop. I did eventually come across some, so in there were two rubbishy little potatoes. Now, does it matter about size? I'm not really sure. Right, let's talk about the pros then. So the pros is, it's in a tub, I give it plenty of feed, it's got the straw, and one little golden thing, as you can see, I've got this kind of hose pipe going over the top. Now that's to water, you know, every day at the moment I'm coming up and watering. That's got a leak in that hose, so every time I've watered in here, those potatoes have had a warm, or this plant has had a good water, and that, more than anything, I'm hoping saved us. Whether they'll just be tiny little things, you know, I'm not 100% sure. I'm hoping there's something. That's the kind of main thing. So let's just see. We'll drag it out, and it's, yeah, I could probably leave it a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? They haven't flowered. I'm hoping there's something in there, but it's more at the point there now, it's starting to look a bit bedraggled and nothing seems to be, I don't know, I don't want to wait too long and it's just to sit there and then, you know, all this kind of comes in. It was just a fun plant to see if there was anything would come in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut these tops off there now, and I'm just going to empty it. And like I say, I'll either look very silly or very smug. Right then, let's just get you here. So what do you think? Have you got any potatoes that you've done like kind of dead early on? Do you know what I mean? Was there anything that you'd done, or have you just done the traditional time and got them out? Do you use tubs? That's the thing as well. So what I'm doing is just going to cut off all these stems. See if we get anything. So like I said, these went through the frosts, the nasty frosts, and I'm not 100% sure if there's going to be anything there. What I'm intending to do is just use the soil again, basically just tip it out here, see what there is, you know, be excited, be happy, and then put some feed in and all that and mix it all back up, put it back in this bucket, and I'll probably do some beans in here a little bit later on. So let's get you a bit further down just so you can see. Let's have a look. Right, hopefully you can see that. And I'll just mix in when I've finished this straw. But if you can get a hold of this straw, this is that. It's rapeseed, like horse bedding. Now I find it on eBay, so if you just type in rapeseed horse bedding for next year or whenever, it just binds everything and keeps everything, and I can feel it underneath there now. I can feel it nice and damp, but I don't know if there's any potatoes there. So I'll tell you what, moment of truth. Let's see what we've got. Right, that looks a bit now why can't it, let's have a look. Oh, it's not looking. Oh man, hey, there's potato. They're just new potato. Let's have a look. Am I looking smug? Oh, hey, look at that. Wow. Well, straight away, that's better than what I thought, to be honest, because I was thinking there might not have been anything with them being like a little bit. Oh, these look, for a new potato, these look lovely, to be honest. So there's a couple actually split, look at that, but I mean, they're still. Look, that's a lovely one. I think someone's looking a little bit smug. I think that's it. Well, that's definitely cheered me up, to be honest. I thought there might not have been anything at all. And honestly, when I put them in, the little potatoes that I used, there must have been, if that, you know what I mean, like that little bit. And like I said, they went through those hard frosts, and I was just thinking nothing will work. But I'm such a now converted to the tubs and this kind of straw on the top, you know, that, well, that's done me proud, that. I'll show you. Let's have a look. So there, look at that. Man, couple are split. So I don't know if I've left, you know, they would have split and I couldn't take them out and not have the other ones grown, but yep. Someone's pruning. So what I'm saying, I'm going to just put in some like bloodfish and bone in that, put it back in that pot, and then it's ready for some other things as well. But yeah, that's for a first batch, and you know what I mean, I did it so early, and like I say, each night was a bit of a worry with the frosts, you know, like killing it off, but it certainly hasn't. There you go. Right, look after yourselves, take good care.